Good evening and welcome to OmniBros Live, the Wednesday show where we answer your questions and get caught up in the chat. With me is my co-host, the fabulous Comics Guide 101, Luis. Luis, how's it going?
Hey, Baba Booey.
Baba Booey to y'all.
Hey, it's going, man. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. It's, the middle of the week and just kind of pushing through. The weekend is in sight and I can see it. And I see a nice pitcher of beer along the way with it. For me, at least.
Right, for you, I get iced tea.
You get the iced tea or the root beer. Now, do you drink sweet tea or just iced tea?
Just regular iced tea. I'm on the no sugar diet for the month and hopefully the rest of my life. But I'll have a root beer here and there once I'm off this diet.
How's that going
for the video? It's going well.
Good. Good. Any progress so far on the weight loss or anything like that?
I haven't checked yet. You're not supposed to weigh yourself. You're supposed to just go through the diet for 30 days and adjust and keep eating properly. And I'm going to judge it on how my clothes fit. I'm not going to weigh myself. I'm sure I'm just going to set myself up for disappointment. I just want my clothes to fit better. So
okay. All right. Yeah, that's typically what they say is the best thing when you're losing weight. Don't go really by the scale, because too many people, they get really disappointed and let down. They're just like, this isn't working. Always go by how your clothes fit and how you feel and how you look, how you think you look.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm going to
do. Already people in the chat. Nick's in the chat. Hey, Nick. Surf Punk. Jess, so before we kick things off, we had a monumental comic that came out this week. And if I wanted to pick up an issue of said monumental comic, where could I do that?
If you're talking about Action Comics number 1000, there are about 7 variants on InStockTrades.com. InStock Trades, where you can get up to 50% off your books. $50 or more gets you free shipping in the United States. Loyalty discounts this week only until the next quarter. Omniboslive is your code to get 4% off. Fabulous packaging and the best customer service anywhere. That's InStockTrades.com.
There you go. That's Omnibroslive, ladies and gentlemen. It is your guide, your way to get 4% off your additional purpose. Wow. Your additional purchase of what you're getting this week. So if you're picking up, let's say, Action Comics 1000 or something else that comes out this week, you type that thing in, Omnibroslive, and you get an additional 4% off. Pretty sweet deal. We love InStock Trades. We partner with them. They are our sponsor. And they were gracious enough to give us this digital code to share with the world. So hope you guys enjoy that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty exciting. They revamped their whole order page just for this code.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But that code is only good till what day, Jess? You know better than me.
Let's see. Today's the 18th, April 18th, 2018. So that would be April 20th at midnight, 2018, which is this coming Friday.
So get your orders in before that, because after that, the code expires. So, and don't you bastards ever say we're never good for something, because we said we would give you the code and you got it.
That's right. It took a little bit, but we figured it out.
We figured it out. I love those guys. So, Jess, this is, like you said, the Wednesday show. And the Wednesday show would not be complete without you guys in the chat. We love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Like we said, this is Wednesday. We take your questions, we answer them, and we give you life advice. We talk about everything from, smoking to love advice, and your results may vary. We can't promise to get you laid, but we can promise to give you advice.
Right, exactly. We'll give you advice, but we have idea where it's going.
Let's see. Yeah, Jess bought Action Comics number 1 and now 1000. How does that feel?
Feels good. I have $1 million comic, so it feels good.
First question, Jess. What was it like reading Action Comics number 1?
It was good. I enjoyed it.
That is such a different time period to read Superman compared to now. And you read those classic Golden Age comics, and they're so different compared to now, the writing style. Batman has a gun.
Yeah.
Some of those issues. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, Batman shoots people, as I recall.
Yeah, in those first few issues.
Yeah. Yeah, he was really dark when he started out. That's, I guess, what helped make him so popular.
Let's see. So, Jess, we were talking about Keith Richards before the chat started.
Yeah.
How Keith Richards just simply will not die. Like, the guy is at this point immortal. He's 74 years old, has probably had every single drug on the planet inside of his body, and some we probably don't even know about yet.
Right.
And it's just insane. At this point, Keith Richards will outlive me. He'll outlive all of us.
I think he's got another 35 years in him at this point. He's got like a cat. He's already had several lives, and nobody can keep up with him when it comes to alcohol and drug use. He could be completely clean now. I have no idea, but the idea that he's still alive based on what he did to himself in his youth is crazy. Good for him, but crazy.
Did you ever get a chance to see the Rolling Stones live?
I did back in when Some Girls came out. That was 1978. That's when I saw him.
Huh. How was it?
Oh, it was great.
Good show.
I loved it.
They put on a good show.
Yeah, it was insane getting there. It's not like we had reserved seats like today where I'd pay a huge chunk of money and go sit down in my seat. It was called in the Bay Area Day on the Green, where it was the Oakland Coliseum. And my friend and I left at like midnight, got there at 2 a.m. and got in line. This is like for a 3 p.m. show, for a day show. And the line to the gate was just forever. And there was no place to go to the bathroom. There's no food, no nothing. Terrible part of town. And I went to get something from the car, and I came up, and my friend's falling asleep in the gutter with just pigeons and paper cups all over him. And I said, "Get out of the gutter." Then they open the gates. You rush to the stadium and stand in line some more for like another 3 hours. Then you finally get in, and it's just a mad crush. I don't even know if they do this anymore because it's not safe. It's just a mad crush to go into the infield and outfield because they were going to be like in the outfield. And we rushed in there and then just waited for another 4 hours till like Peter Tosh or somebody came on to warm up for them. I can't even remember. There were 2 warm-up acts. Peter Tosh was one, and I don't know, Blue Oyster Cult or somebody warmed up for him. The Stones choppered in about 7 p.m., and we had been there since 2 a.m., and we could see their helicopter come in, and they finally came on. Oh my God. It was a great show, but that's something only a 19-year-old could do.
That's pretty badass, man. That's really cool. See, I think it takes it away. That gets taken away these days because you can get tickets online and stuff. There's no real experience of having to get your buddies to go there early, to get tickets, to get seated in the right spot. You're missing a lot of that experience these days.
Good riddance, man. When I think about how miserable I was, yeah, I was pretty miserable. But yeah, it was. You were part of something, and I remember the girl in front of me. At the final act went off, and the Stones were supposed to come on, and she had this huge pile of cocaine in front of her, and she just started doing all this blow and got all jacked up because she thought the Stones were going to be on, and we were just looking at her. And 2 hours go by, and then the Stones come on, and this girl's going crashing down as the crowd rushes up to the stage to see the Stones. I never saw that girl again. She was probably snorting Valium at that point. I have no idea, but bad timing on her part.
Yeah, real bad timing. Nick asked, "Do you think I will be able to pay off my house with my Action Comics 1000?"
Because it's Nick, I'll say yes. You should buy every variant and stash them away in your safe deposit box, and you'll be rich in like 5 years, Nick.
There you go, Nick. Have that 90s mentality. You'll be able to pay your kids off of your kids' college.
Yeah, stash them with your Beanie Babies.
A new Black Hammer came out today.
Oh, good.
I need to check that out. Love me some Black Hammer. It was you and Nick that kept pounding Black Hammer into my head. You guys are like, "You need to read Black Hammer. You need to read Black Hammer." I'm like, "Okay, I will read Black Hammer. It can't be that good." And I was like, "Holy shit, it is that good." Yeah,
but you took your advice from 11 O'Clock Comics, is where you finally tipped you over the edge. That's when I blew up.
Yeah, what was that? Matt Miranda, did I miss the discussion about The Wire? I will sit down and watch the first episode of The Wire. I promise you, okay? Goodness. I will do it. And then I will immediately send you a message on Facebook, Matt. I promise. You know, in fact, I will go one better, Matt. If you want, I will open up a Google Hangouts and we can both watch the first episode of The Wire together so you can see my reaction if you want to do that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it is. Actually, that's not a bad idea. And just blowing up was one of my favorite moments. The second one, the fucking Nemo. Wait. What's fucking Nemo?
That's that big, huge Nemo book I have.
Oh, when you fucked up your laptop?
Yeah, that knocked my Coke over onto my laptop. Yeah. He and Matt always remember that it was fucking Nemo. I don't even remember saying it, but apparently I said fucking Nemo under my breath.
Oh, man. You have the worst luck with laptops, dude.
Well, this one is positioned up above the desk. I have no drinks open here whatsoever. So fingers crossed, I don't go, yeah, and knock it over.
That's one of the best moments in OmniBros history. You know, I actually want to see if the fans could come up with like a clip show of some of our best moments. There's Riley's drunk review.
Oh yeah.
Too.
What was that episode of Riley's drunk review? Was that Animal Man?
I forgot. Hold on, I gotta get my charger real quick. I forgot what that was.
Okay. Does anybody in the chat remember? Not under your breath. It was very loud. Does anybody in the chat remember what episode it was that Riley got drunk, progressively drunker on the show? Was he discussing Animal Man? If anybody remembers, I mean, I know I'm supposed to remember. I'm part of this show, but I've done so many shows I can't really remember when it was. Irredeemable Volume 1 gone from IST. I think Irredeemable must have gotten not a very big print run because a lot of them, oh, Civil War II he was talking about? That's funny. Thank you, Michael Havoc. Apparently, Volume 4 of Irredeemable is going out of print. They have low stocks. Huh, okay. Yeah, you better grab on to those Irredeemables while you can. Okay, Matt Miranda is confirming Civil War II. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. I will let Mike Curry knows. Yeah, he always is discussing Animal Man. I'll let Mike Curry know he wants to find that episode.
So what episode was it?
It was Civil War II.
Oh, okay. So like we were talking, it was so some of the highlights would probably be Riley's Civil War II drunk review, the laptop incident, you chipping your teeth on pizza.
Yep.
What else?
Am I getting mad at you for getting a review from a suggestion from 11 O'Clock Comics? That was a good one. Gabe finding the cat dog flocked pop and just sitting like while he was grilling and then just sitting down with it while I was having a huge discussion about how badly I wanted it, and he just had it in his hands and was grilling and just sat down with it. I laughed and said nothing. I laughed really hard at that episode.
Those were good moments. I think somebody was trying to archive our show, right? In the Facebook group.
Oh, really?
Well, somebody put them in order or something. I forgot his name.
I
saw a post of it that somebody was like, hey, I'm just kind of like put a playlist together of Omnibroslive from like beginning of the show to end to like the current episode.
Oh yeah, Luis finally reviewing Thor and breaking the internet. That was a good one.
I came back and I kept going.
You never stopped to take a breath. You were constantly going.
I'm no kidding. My laptop shut off and I kept going, and it was just I was so in the moment, in the rage.
What was Riley? Wasn't that Riley?
Oh yeah, that's right. Nick and Matt were on the show once at the same time.
Yeah, we were talking about video games.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that. It was a season finale?
We have season finales?
Do?
Oh, the playlist. Riley put the shows in order.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, Yavash and John Riley. Gosh. Okay, thank you, Yavash, John Wilson. Thank you. I don't even think I saw it.
Yeah, Shirtless Gabe was a thing that kept happening for a while there.
Oh, yeah. Once we got sponsors, we put a stop to that.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I put my IST code to good use. I did do an order using Omnibroslive. I made 2 orders, as a matter of fact, so I'll have something to show next week on the hauls and previews. Where's Riley been? He has work hours that are very long.
Yeah, he's got weird hours.
Yeah, he definitely has long hours. I think he might be here tomorrow night because I think we're talking about Most Wanted Omnibuy.
Mm-hmm.
So what have you been reading lately?
Me? Personally, I just started. Well, actually, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna catch up on Southern Bastards tonight, since the arc just finished. The new arc just finished, so Volume 4 should come out like in 2 months. I'm gonna catch up on that. I'm all caught up on Batman. I need to read today's issue, which reminds me I gotta get that. I started Superman from the Rebirth line, and that's really good. Like, that first arc is really, really strong. I'm impressed with it so far.
This is the Tomasi issues?
Yes.
Yeah, it's really good.
I read the first 5 issues with the whole situation with the cat and everything like that. I was like, I kind of broke my heart a little bit. I was like, oh, man. Like, you feel
it's really good.
I like the fact that they're building on – he's a father. I like that. I like that they're building on that aspect of him having to raise his son and be a father, and his son kind of coming into his own power set and things like that. It's really cool, and I dig where they're going with that. Did that. Still reading Why the Last Man. Still making my way through that for like the 4th time. Still great. You know, York, still unlikable. He's not that likable of a character. When you first start out, you kind of hate the guy. It grows on you as the series goes on. Let me think. What else? Is there anything else I'm reading right now? I got the 2 newest volumes of My Hero Academia, so I need to catch up with that. And I've kind of paused on Monster a little bit. It's slowed down to the point where I've picked up other books instead, but I will come back to it.
Hey, I asked what comics you're reading, not manga.
Hey. They're comics. Yeah, Rebirth is kicking ass right now. Rebirth is really good.
Nick wants to know if either of us ordered Action. If so, which variant we got.
I did not order Action. I have the digital copy. You know me. I have the digital copy sitting on my tablet, so I'm going to sit down and read that tonight as well.
I ordered from IST the 60s variant because it had the go-go checks on top, which reminds me of the 60s.
Yeah.
And I also got the Jock variant from Forbidden Planet.
Oh, what? You didn't tell me you actually got it. You told me that.
I was saving it for the show.
Bro, that is a nice variant cover. That is really nice. Pricey, though.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. But it's a signed variant, so it's not bad for a signed variant.
You should get it slabbed or framed.
Framed is a good idea. I don't know if I can get it slabbed because nobody witnessed it. It comes with a certificate of authenticity, but when I had Scott Snyder sign my New York City Comic-Con issue of Witches, there was a CGC guy standing right there. And then he whisked me over to the booth to sign up to get it slabbed. And then I came back in line and finished talking to Snyder and Capullo.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna sit down tonight. I'm gonna read Action 1000. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I want to see Bendis's take on Superman and see, because the part of the hype of Action 1000 is like, oh, this is Bendis's first time writing a Superman story. So I've heard mixed reactions from fans. We'll see. And it's Jim Lee art, which I like Jim Lee. I like 90s Jim Lee. Not a crazy fan of Jim Lee today as far as his art goes. But I'll give it a shot.
What's Jim Lee done recently that I could use as an example to look at his art?
Superman Unchained. He did that with Snyder.
That's that's the most recent thing?
I'm not sure if it's his most recent, but it's off the top of my head the most recent continuous thing.
Got it.
And some of the art in that was
I seem to be one of the few people that really like that book. I dug that whole book. I dug everything about it. And I'm not a Bendis hater, so I'm probably going to like the book. I get, people that don't want to like somebody or don't particularly care for a writer's style, but he's never turned me off the way he turns off other people, so I don't care.
I don't. Who, Bendis?
Yeah. Yeah, I like him fine.
I mean, the man gave us arguably the best Daredevil run that's ever been written. He gave us Jessica Jones, like that period of Bendis, that Marvel period of Bendis when he was first coming into it. It's unquestionable how fucking good his writing was at that point. Now, I haven't read anything recently by him that I've been blown away or thought was really that strong. I thought his X-Men was okay.
Yeah, I liked his X-Men.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. I thought it was okay.
It wasn't terrible.
It was well, I didn't think it was terrible. I thought it was just okay. But Civil War II and like the other stuff that Marvel was doing, it just seemed like he really just kind of needed a break or needed to step away from comics. And I'm glad he's at DC right now. I'm excited to see what he can do with DC characters. I'm hoping they give him a more broader set of characters than just Superman. Superman's kind of, I think, a weird fit for Bendis. I would have given him maybe like a Batman story on the side or a Question or Gotham Central or something in that crime
that's
type
a good thing. Yeah, crime stuff.
So I would have probably tried to kind of convince him, but it's Bendis, so I'm pretty sure Bendis, when he showed up to DC offices and went, yeah, I want to write Superman, they were like, okay.
Yeah. Superman's a hard character to write, so that's a pretty big piece of sandwich he bit off. Nick wants us to talk about Iron Cardinals topic.
What's Iron Cardinals?
Please, IST, go back to FedEx. Already had issues with UPS on this first order. We have nothing to do with how IST runs their business. I will say that in order to provide you with the cheapest prices possible on those books that we get from them, they probably have to find cost savings other places, and UPS was probably more cost effective. I don't know. I can't speak for Cameron, so I don't know. But I assume it must have been more cost effective, and the savings get passed on to us through cheaper books. I had UPS deliver my books Monday, and there was no problem. And I don't care that it came Monday and not Friday. I mean, I got this backlog, so I don't care. I mean, I'm just glad I got the books. They came fine.
They're always looking for the best prices available so they can keep your prices down. So that's when we did that discussion with them a few weeks ago.
Yeah. I think he may have even addressed it in the...
He did.
Yeah.
He did. So if you want to learn more about that situation, go back. Omar asked him about it. Go back and check out that interview we did with him. He addresses a lot of things.
Yeah, he did.
I have no issue with the chant.
Zalika Berenstein, your nickname should be Berenstein Bear.
I was gonna say something like
that. Jim Lee did Suicide Squad Rebirth. I haven't read that yet, but okay, good. That's a pretty small book for Jim Lee to be doing.
I mean, not really when you think about it. Suicide Squad was a hit in movie.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, you're right.
You know, it was a big movie hit, so it's popular now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What was the best era of Suicide Squad? As somebody that I have never really read Suicide Squad, what would you recommend?
The Ostrander run. Ostrander wrote like 8 books of it. Wait, I can move my Harley figures and show you. I personally like Suicide Squad, New 52, and Rebirth. Well, not Rebirth. I haven't read it yet, but I liked it because it had Harley in it. So I'm not a I'm kind of partial. So anything with Harley in it, I like. But this is the Ostrander run, and this is considered the top level Suicide Squad you can get. It's very of its time, but it still reads really well. This is considered the definitive run, I think, in my humble opinion.
Okay. I wonder why nobody's been able to actually, because that's a pretty old run, why nobody's ever actually been able to, after him, really make the Suicide Squad click and shine. Gail Simone did a run on Suicide Squad, didn't she?
Let's see. Gail Simone did Secret Six.
That's what I was thinking. Secret Six.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with. If she did, I don't know about it. She did a big run on Secret Six, which was great.
I still need to read.
Book written. Yeah, I know it was put out in 2015. Tell me when it was originally published. Originally published in magazine form. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. They include the covers. It was $1.25, so that sounds like it was the 80s or 90s, like 88 or something.
Imagine that, $1.25 for comics today.
Yeah. And the first issue has a misprint. It's by Ostrander, not Ostrander. By Ostrander. But yeah.
That's a good question, actually. John the Uncanny. DC put way too much pressure on Bendis. They advertise him as the second coming. Do you think they put too much pressure on him?
They made a big deal out of it, but it was a big deal that he came over and left Marvel. So I don't know. He's written some of the bigger books. I'm sure, you know, he handled the pressure of writing X-Men, so I think he can handle the pressure.
Do you think? But I think there was a bit of overhyping it a little bit. In terms of, holy shit, we got Bendis. Like, you know, Bendis for years was the go-to Marvel guy. He wrote a bunch of the events. He wrote a bunch of really iconic titles and stuff like that. So when they were able to finally announce it, they blew it up everywhere. Like,
yeah,
I think he did a piece. I forgot what it was. It was on his Instagram. I know I'm wrong on this, but I think he put on his Instagram. He did a piece for like Vanity Fair or something like that.
Oh,
yeah, I'm completely probably wrong on that, but I know he did a piece either for like Vanity Fair, New York Times, or something like that recently. So they were really hyping him up.
Huh. Here's a good question from Jacob Time Everything Nerdy RJ. That sounds like a name from The Simpsons. Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo. What's your guys' longest friendship with a person to this day that you still talk about comics? For me, it's 4 years. How about you?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Jeez. Let me think. For a friend, probably about 5 years.
Mine's probably Ryleymo when I first met him back in 2014. So probably 4 years on his Tumblr page. I have no childhood friends that still collect comics.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, some of my childhood friends are dead. So,
yeah,
not to get dark, but
Oof! Wow, the mood just
Sorry,
out of the room,
suck the fun out of this chat.
and we just lost 10 people. Oh man, Jesse, say what? Whoa!
Yeah, no, I would guess Riley's my oldest friend to talk about comics.
Will we ever get a hardcover or omnibus of the Ostrander run?
That is a good question. It would be great. I don't, I think it would sell well. People have very fond memories of this book. So I would think that would be a natural thing to make. It's certainly possible. I mean, they have been dipping back and, reprinting a lot of older stuff and not just new stuff. So I think it'd be awesome.
I think that's a matter of time. I think we'll probably see it around the time that the movie comes out, the second movie. Whenever they get around to doing that.
That'd be a good idea.
Because that movie made a shit ton of money.
Suicide Squad did?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
It was critically hated, but it made a shit ton of money.
It had a good soundtrack. I like the soundtrack.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. The soundtrack wasn't bad. I didn't care for it.
It was probably more my style of music.
Mm. No, I like the soundtrack. I didn't care for the movie.
Oh, yeah, no. I know you didn't care for the movie.
It was Deadshot and Friends.
Right.
Although Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie was a good Harley Quinn. I enjoyed her take on it.
Yeah. She insisted on a female director for the Sirens movie.
Yeah, what's going on with that? I think
it just got a director named. That's it. I don't even know if they have a script.
Who's kind of like the villain that they take on in the Sirens?
You mean the book itself?
Yeah, because I've never read Sirens.
Gosh, I haven't reread it. I'm looking forward to the omnibus because I haven't reread it I haven't read it in 3 years, so I don't even remember. Shoot. I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat can tell us.
Omnipool, I have to disagree with you. He says Suicide Squad is by far the best DC movie next to Wonder Woman out now. I have to disagree with you. I think, look, the bar is so low. I think that Justice League and Wonder Woman are obviously head and shoulders above the rest of them. Justice League.
I was wrong. It's Birds of Prey that she's got the female director for.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not Sirens.
Birds of Prey. I've never read that.
Yeah, that was a good book. I think Gail Simone did that book too.
Yeah.
Birds of Prey is upstairs, so I don't have it here.
There was a point where Gail Simone was killing it. She was the new hotness for a while.
Yeah, well, she wrote Clean Room, and that's the best thing she's ever written, I think.
Damn, I still need to read Clean Room.
Oh, it's so good.
You keep telling me about it, and I have not had a chance to sit down and actually read it.
Yeah, it's really good, and the art is really great, too.
Omnipool says, Justice League, sorry, I hated it. I like Justice League.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. That was a thing, and I enjoyed it.
It was a thing.
It was a thing that happened.
Yeah. I thought they did the best they could with what they had.
I haven't watched it since, and I don't own it, but it was a thing.
Do you play Marvel versus Capcom?
No. I don't. I'm not a big fan of the fighting game stuff. I always get my ass kicked by some kid and lives like in Korea.
Does it for a living.
Yeah. With like the screen name Slapnut69 or something like that. And my character's being juggled in the air 30 times, and I'm like, I'm pushing buttons and nothing's happening. What the fuck?
Right. I've never played those games, and I've never played Injustice either. Because I didn't like the idea of heroes fighting heroes, so I didn't want to play Injustice. Although I heard there was a good story to it, if you wanted to play story mode.
Actually, yeah. The Injustice games do have a good story. I do play Injustice just with my friends, though. Because we're on the same level.
Slapnut 69.
Yeah, we're on the same level of suck in those games. So
God of War. Are you going to be getting God of War
oh, I'm picking that up tomorrow.
tomorrow night at midnight or something?
9 o'clock. My my video game store, they do 9 o'clock releases for new stuff, so I don't have to do the midnight stuff. It's gonna look nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's gonna look nice on the TV.
So you're going to get a physical copy.
Mm-hmm.
I got to finish 2 or 3 other games before I start another one.
What do you finished Uncharted, right?
Yeah, we finished that a couple weeks ago.
What'd you think?
But we loved it.
It was
We
good.
loved the whole thing. Yeah, it took 100 hours out of our lives, but it was great. We enjoyed every bit of it.
Julio Jimenez played Injustice with my 4-year-old last week. Needless to say, he kicked my ass with Aquaman of all the characters.
Oh man, I don't know that I'd be broadcasting that. Aquaman kicked your ass?
Gio would
Gio would be proud.
So I wanted to ask you, just why do you think that the DC animated movies are so much better than the animated stuff that Marvel is putting out?
I guess the writing.
Yeah.
The writing seems they get really good writers on those animated movies. Those things are really good.
Yeah.
I just saw somebody saying that Suicide Squad animated was like bloodier than bloody. So I'd like to see that. I think that's what somebody was referring to.
I think that came out this week, right?
I actually don't know. I saw somebody talking about it on the page or maybe in the chat a few days ago, so I'll have to watch that. I have a backlog about as big as my bookshelf regarding movies and TV shows.
Mm-hmm. Jess, I'm glad somebody brought this up. I don't know anything about Spielberg's Black Hawk movie, but what is your favorite Steven Spielberg movie?
My favorite Steven Spielberg movie?
Yeah. It's E.T., isn't it?
No, it isn't.
It can be E.T.
I will admit that I cried when I first saw E.T., but I won't admit it's my favorite.
It was the Elliot. That's what did it, wasn't it?
Probably. I think Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I really loved that movie.
Never seen it.
Oh yeah, I loved that movie a lot. Of course, it's 35 years old at this point, so.
Jaws for me.
Oh yeah, Jaws was awesome.
Yeah.
I saw that in a drive-in, and that first moment when the head pops up in the water, I jumped so hard I hit my head on the roof of the car.
Did you really?
Yeah, it scared the hell out of me. I wasn't expecting it. It was a great moment.
People don't realize Jaws was a horror movie back in the day. It actually scared people from going into the water. People were terrified to go to the beach for a while.
Ooh, Minority Report. That's really good. I just saw that last year. What a great movie.
Minority Report is really good.
That is a great movie.
I think it's one of his more underrated films, to be honest.
I think you're right. Good call, Matt Miranda. Minority Report was awesome.
It never gets enough love.
No, and I'm not really even that big of a Tom Cruise fan, but wow, that was awesome.
What's that horror movie? They're here. He's staring at the TV.
Oh, Poltergeist?
Yeah.
That was Tobe Hooper.
Well,
you think Spielberg took over for him?
Yeah, there's rumor that Spielberg was the one that was really the one that directed that.
Well, it was a good movie.
Like, people on the set have kind of said, yeah, Spielberg kind of took over most of the production. He didn't like the way it was going, so he said, yeah, I'll do the rest of it. Just move.
Jess, did you see The Shallows with Blake Lively? I think that movie is up your alley. Have you seen The Shallows?
That looked terrible.
Maybe Berenstain Bear is messing with me. I don't know.
That looked really bad. Jurassic Park, the original, was it? Yeah, it was. The new one looks terrible.
Yeah, it does.
Did you see the last one?
I have not seen a single Jurassic Park movie ever. I hate dinosaurs.
What?
I hate dinosaurs. I am not interested in dinosaurs. They bore me to tears.
What? Who were you? As a kid, every kid loves dinosaurs.
Not me. I loved comic books, not dinosaurs.
Holy shit.
Never had a dinosaur playset. Never thought a thing about dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Don't dig them.
What? Dude, every boy growing up loves dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I still need to see AI. Have you seen AI?
That's an old one. No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. I liked Shin Godzilla. Well, I don't consider Godzilla a dinosaur. He's kaiju. He's a monster. So everybody's blowing me up now. Weird that Jess hates dinosaurs since he is one. Good one, Doomfella.
Devil Dinosaur? Do you hate that too, Jess?
No, I love Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, actually.
Uh-huh. This is going to be a thing now. Watch. People are going to send you pictures of dinosaurs and stuff.
Yeah, they're going to send me copies of Nightfall with dinosaur bookmarks.
Has anybody actually ever sent you a copy of Nightfall?
No, thank goodness. That would be such a waste of money.
It'll just go right in the trash.
It probably would. I just don't. I mean, for a joke, that's an expensive joke.
It is a very expensive joke.
I haven't seen Get Out, Connor, but my wife strangely wants to see it, and I want to see it with her. Here's another case of people knowing me better than I know myself. Oh, Jess, but you like Cadillacs and dinosaurs. Now that is true. I do like Cadillacs and dinosaurs. That was a great book.
Mm-hmm.
That's a case of my only love for dinosaurs.
It was also an awesome toy.
Oh yeah, we almost both bought that thing that night.
Mm-hmm.
on Amazon.
The car was badass, man.
Yeah, it really was. I love how everybody in the chat knows me better than I know myself.
So you do love some dinosaurs.
See? I do. I guess I do. Yeah, I loved Cadillacs and dinosaurs. I believe that was Mark Schultz, right?
Yes.
Somewhere here, I just got a big book of Mark Schultz's art that I'll show. Oh my God, this book's so big. I don't want it to knock over my laptop. This was on sale. Mark Schultz portfolio.
Ooh. Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, it was on sale for half off at Flesk Publications. The complete various drawings of Mark Schultz.
People who don't know, Mark Schultz wrote Peanuts.
What's that now?
He wrote Peanuts, right?
Charles Schultz.
Wrong Schultz. Okay.
Wrong Schultz.
Wrong Schultz. Who was it that is pretty much like he's kind of just shied himself away. He's kind of closed himself off to civilization. Was it the writer of Calvin and Hobbes, right?
Bill Watterson, yeah, I think so. I think once he got done drawing the strip, that was it. He sort of just sealed himself off in his house. From what I heard, I know he lives like 2 blocks away from the famous John P.
Does he really? Wow. John P. should get an interview with him.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
They probably listen to Howard Stern together.
How do you guys feel about the term overrated lately? It seems like it is a giant catch-all for things that are liked that people wish weren't. Is anything truly overrated? Thoughts? Your question's overrated. No, I'm just kidding. Overrated. It does seem like that's actually a pretty good. That's actually a pretty good question. The term overrated. It seems like people just use. You're right. People do throw overrated around a lot.
Yeah, it's a term that's used a bit too much for my taste. It seems like it's everybody's go-to term to use when they didn't like something or they disagree with something, or rather than to actually back it up with facts and say, oh, this is why I don't think it was as good as I think it was. It's just, oh, it was overrated. It's kind of like a scapegoat of a word. It's like, oh, it's not as good as it was. And then you've also got that hipster demographic where they're like, oh, because it's popular, I'm just not going to like it.
Yeah, I've never understood that mindset.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Good question, Clark Nato.
Very good question.
Here's a book that's not underrated or overrated. It's just rated. Global Frequency. It's rated excellent by OmniDog. I'm just grabbing. I have about 58 books that need to be refiled, and I have a giant stack of books sitting next to me that need to be put away, and I'm just so lazy. I haven't done it yet. This room is a wreck.
Was it really that good?
Global Frequency?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I loved it. I did a video on it last Friday, and I really loved it. I had read it before, and I remember why I liked it so much. It's really accessible Ellis.
I'll have to check that out then.
Yeah, I think you'd like it a lot. There's a different artist for every story. Every story's a page turner. Gets your pulse raising. Every story gets your pulse raising. Yeah, it's an exciting book. I liked it a lot. You've asked, do you want to see the Mark Schultz book? I'm happy to crack it open and show you drawings in it if you want to see it.
Please do. It's still in the wrapper.
Yeah, I just got it yesterday.
Oh, I thought that was just one of those ones that was sitting there for a while.
No, this is something I was going to show. Okay, there's going to be an accident happening here. It's so big.
Keep it away from the laptop. That's it.
I'm going to scoot up back a little and probably topple over and knock something else over. Oh, this is a nice book. Can't believe this was half off.
What's the retail?
Gosh, it wasn't much. It was like $25.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was well within my budget. Let me see if it says on it. Okay, now it's not coming out. Come here, you. Maybe that's why it's half up. There it is.
Imagine you couldn't get it out.
Flesk Publishing.
Nice.
And here are some of the drawings in it. It's just a big collection of drawings that Mark Schultz does so well. Came with a signed card, too. It's almost Frazetta-like in his use of sandals and sorcery and swords and such. Let me get a better... Yeah, this is really cool. Oh, of course, here's why I bought it. Cheesecake. That's what I like, the cheesecake shots.
Of course.
Of course. Oh, here's some really good cheesecake. I don't even know if I can show this on the air. It's just drawings.
It's just art.
It's art. So, yeah, this is a big book. Came with a signed blow card, and it's really cool. I have no idea why this was so cheap.
That's like an impressive little collection there.
Yeah, it really is. Signed and numbered. Holy smoke, this is number 27.
Ooh.
Signed and numbered. Now you're ringing my chimes. Ding, 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 ding. Signed and numbered. Just has an exclusive copy of a book.
I wonder out of what?
Out of what? What?
Oh, was the sun numbered out of what?
500?
It was 500? Okay.
Yeah. So fewer copies than Usagi #1.
I was just going to bring up Usagi.
So go out and get it.
God damn, I want
Less publications.
I want a Usagi #1.
So I'm going to put this away before I break my tooth on my laptop or something else happens. Yeah. Okay. So Frazetta School and Good Girl Art sold exactly, Vash.
Is it up on IST? Do they have it?
As far as let's see, Amazon UK has it, says Yavash, but it doesn't look nearly as beautiful as that version. I think Flesk is an American company that may have published it, so I don't know that you can get this particular version from anywhere but Flesk. They are well known for their art books. So I don't know what its availability is outside the US. Mm-hmm. Was the Dan Slott Silver Surfer run good, says Iron Cardinal. Have you read it?
I read the first 4 issues. It's an interesting take on Silver Surfer. And Slott was up front about it from the very beginning. It's basically Doctor Who. You know, it's the surfer going around the cosmos solving problems with his companion.
That sounds good.
It's fun.
I haven't read it, but it sounds great.
It's very fun. It's a really fun book, and Mike Allred's art, come on.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with the guy's art. It's just, so good. I love his art style. You know, I've never read Madman.
Oh, you haven't? Yeah, that's crazy good. It is crazy.
They're republishing that stuff this year, aren't they?
I don't know. That's a good question. He just put out a collection of his favorite stories in hardcover that was available for a little while. I don't know that they're reprinting Gargantua and Atomica. They might be. I haven't clued into that if they are. Yes, Flesk did do the infamous Bruce Timm Good Girl book. I'm looking right at it. My favorite book in the world.
It's a beautiful book.
Yeah.
There's a lot of beautiful art in that. Yeah, overall, Dan Slott, Silver Surfer. Pretty fun read.
I'm looking forward to it. I haven't read any of it, but I'm definitely going to get it.
Dan Slott, man, I like the guy's writing, and he's somebody that loves these characters. He loves writing. He loves writing comic books. So
what is he writing? Fantastic Four now?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited for that. I cannot.
Yeah. I bet. I think a lot of people are.
Yeah, he's up there with my top 3 choices of who I would want to take over the Fantastic Four next.
Nice, you got your wish.
I did. Next, I just need to see a Grant Morrison Fantastic Four.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be fun. Come on, he could do a lot with the Fantastic Four.
Oh, he really could.
If they let him go nuts with it, he could really fuck with the Fantastic Four.
Yavash says, "Oh, Luis, you gotta read Madman."
I want to. I really want to. I have no clue what it's about. All I know is that it seems like it's fun.
He's a madman.
Is that it?
That's my best description of it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming up with an omnibus of his Silver Surfer.
I got my first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles book.
Wait, Grant Morrison wrote the Fantastic Four?
He did? I don't remember that. With Jay Lee?
Your fellow says with Jay Lee? Oh, that's probably why I don't know.
Oh, you don't like Jay Lee, do you?
I stand Jay Lee's art.
I like his art.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Too dark? Dark colored?
That and the no background things.
Yeah.
He doesn't have too many backgrounds in his images. I'm just like, okay. It's just not for me. We've talked about this before. I can understand how other people like it. It's just not my cup of tea.
Right. I get that. Hey guys, haven't caught the show live in like a week. How have you lived, Brandon Robinson? How is everyone?
That means
Good, except for that.
You probably missed out on the ISD promo code that we have going on right now.
That's right, Brandon Robinson. Type in OmniBroslive for an extra, not extra, for 4% off your order at instocktrades.com. Well, now that I know Grant Morrison wrote Fantastic Four, I'd really like to get a hold of that miniseries.
Hold on, let me look at this.
Yeah.
Morrison, Fantastic Four. It's probably only like 5 issues. Yeah, he did. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Huh.
Fantastic.
Oh, wait a minute. I have that.
Yes.
It's a Marvel Premiere Classic. It's called 1, 2, 3, 4. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I do have that. Oh, man.
Have you ever read it?
No, obviously not. I didn't even remember I had it.
It's a Marvel Knights book?
I have it as well, it may have been. I have it in Marvel Premiere Classic form.
No, I was looking at something else. It's not a Marvel Knights book.
It's slightly out of print, I think, but only slightly.
Jesus.
I think it's easy to get.
It probably is. Jesus, I'm looking at one of the covers, and the Invisible Woman's like about to kiss Namor.
Right.
He is looking through a glass going, no!
Yeah, I remember that somebody told me that is where Namor and Sue get attracted to each other.
Oh, jeez. Of course. No, she's always kind of had the hots for Namor. Even in the Stan Lee and Jack Kirby days.
I don't remember that far back.
Yeah, even in the Stan Lee and Jack Kirby days, it's like Sue would look at him and go, oh my goodness. Yeah, she's always had a thing for him. And then Reed would be misogynistic and go get me a sandwich, woman. I'm like, dude, some of those, it's a product of its time, but some of the writing on that was like, woman, come here and grab my stuff. I was like, oh, wow, okay.
Israel asks, don't know much of the JSA characters. Will I still enjoy Jeff Johns' series? Will I be confused? No.
Yes, you will love it. You don't need to know anything about them. They are great characters. Jump in and read. It's such a good run.
I read it back in floppies and loved the whole thing.
So good.
Yeah, it's a new take on the JSA, so it's really good.
It's yeah, like I said, just if you get the omnibuses, Robinson writes the first, I think, like 5-ish. He writes the first mini arc in there, and then it's Jeff Johns and his writing partner, because Jeff Johns was kind of fresh onto the scene at that time. Who did he write JSA with at the time? He writes movies. He wrote Blade. He helped write Dark Knight.
David Goyer?
Yeah. Yeah. After Robinson's run, it's David Goyer and Jeff Johns that they take over, and they do really well. But the series really takes off after Goyer leaves the project and Johns is just left to do whatever he wants. That's when it really took off for me. It's really good stuff. I love what they do with the Black Adam.
Right. Yeah, Black Adam is great as a great character.
And the group just gets bigger and bigger and bigger the longer the series goes. They introduce Power Girl. They introduce Black Adam on the team. Captain Marvel joins the team. They just keep bringing all of these members onto the team, and it's so good. They have a really great Thanksgiving issue. That's what I like about the JSA, especially the the Jeff Johns era of JSA. It was a family. Like, it felt like these were a family. They would get together. They would have Christmas parties. They would do Thanksgiving, and they were fun issues, and it really brought everybody in.
I'm reading a book that's the exact opposite of that. It's called Irredeemable.
Oh, yeah.
I'm rereading it so I can do a video review on it.
Still as good as the first time, huh?
Yeah, because with my memory, it's like I'm reading it for the first time, so it's great. I read so many books that everything that I've read like last week just gets pushed out of my brain and out the door.
Do you have that problem? Like it becomes a little bit difficult to distinguish between certain titles after a while, because we do read. In order for us to keep up and in order for us to kind of do the show and the live streams and stuff, we do read a lot more than I would say a normal comic book reader.
Right. Yeah, I do. I I marvel at Omar and Riley's memories where they're just like, that appearance was in X-Men 263 back in 1994. That was Maggot's first appearance, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, who? What? What are you talking about? And I mean, they pull facts. I can't, I read Animal Man twice in Heart Omnibus, and I read it when it first came out in floppies, and I could barely tell you what happened now. I read it so long ago. And Riley could just reel off everything that happened in that book, even if he read it 4 years ago. I just marvel at that. I just don't have that elastic a memory for retaining that knowledge. It just gets pushed out with the book that I'm reading now.
Yeah, same. It's going digital. One of the things is I've been going digital. I've been doing like a monthly basis on a couple of books, and I read so much in between the point of when a single issue came out and then the other issue came out of that series that I'm like, wait, what happened? Okay, so I have to kind of like get caught up in my brain a little bit. I'm like, okay, yes, Batman is in this situation because of this, because of this, because of this, because it starts to mesh together for me every once in a while. I'm like, did that happen in that, or was it in that? So
Right.
it's a gift and a curse. We read a lot because we have to. So.
Yeah.
Or should I say we get to? Because
we get to.
Yeah, I enjoy it. So.
Yeah. Hey, Jess, have you watched the new version of Lost in Space on Netflix? I didn't know it had started. Is it really good, Cuban Groove? Have you seen it at all, Luis?
My parents love it, and I've heard it's really, really solid. It's a good start. I think Ryan Sace posted in the group, and he said he really enjoyed it. So I have to sit down and watch it. I'm still behind. I haven't watched Legion.
I haven't watched Legion either. We're like 3 episodes behind.
Yeah, I really want to sit down and watch Legion this weekend when I have some spare time.
Yeah, I have the whole day to myself Saturday. I should watch all 3 Legions.
Nice.
Whole day and night.
Nice. Pull a Tom Cruise and just slide into the living room.
Dun, 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 dun.
Come on. What kid hasn't done that when their parents leave the house?
Mixing Crown Royal with Coke.
I've never tried that.
I haven't either. It sounds awful.
It sounds pretty bad. I'm 3 episodes into Legion, and I like it, from Cuban Groove. Oh, no, he's talking about Lost in Space.
Lost in Space. Okay, good. How many episodes are there, Cuban?
It's a Netflix show, so I'm guessing 13?
What's that?
I was going to say Kano Furugiya. Have you guys seen the Lucifer TV show? So what's your opinion on it?
Haven't seen it. Love the comic. Haven't seen the TV show.
Same. Although I've heard it's pretty good. I've heard it's pretty popular. It's a different interpretation of Lucifer than the actual book.
I read that book in the hospital when I got my knees replaced. I remember loving it, but I was so doped up. Just like with Black Magic, I don't really remember too much about it. Put that on top of my bad memory anyway, so. 10, 20, 10. There's 10 episodes.
Oh, yeah, you could go through that in a day.
Well, let me get caught up with Legion first. Do you see this question from France?
Which one?
From Carax Island.
I did not. Where's that?
It's the latest one. Hello from France. Do you guys know if I can start reading The Flash with Jeff Johns' run without being completely lost?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start with the superior Wally West run, because everybody knows Wally West is the best Flash.
Even though he's not really Flash, he's Kid Flash.
He is the best Flash. Come on, he is. You could take your Barry Allen and him saving the world and that crisis event. That's nice. That's cute and everything. But Barry's the best Flash. Everybody knows Barry's the best. I mean, I grew up with Barry, so that's why. But no, you could totally jump into that run and you'll be fine. It's a fun read. You'll enjoy it, and it leads into a lot of cool stuff. That fight with the Reverse Flash, woo, that was so good.
Anything Reverse Flash to me is great.
Oh, that fight is so good towards the end of that.
They portray him really well on the TV series.
I've only seen like the first 12 episodes of The Flash.
Oh, okay. I'm caught up through season 2. I need to catch up. It's probably in season 4 by now. I need to catch up on season 3. I'm so far behind. And now baseball season started, so I'm watching baseball every night.
Hey, there you go.
Do you guys recommend the Commandy Challenge?
I don't know what the Commandy Challenge is.
Me neither. I mean, I know what it is, but I didn't read it. Sorry, Cuban.
Sorry, pal. Wish we could help you.
Yeah, sorry.
Like I said, results are varied here.
Right.
Oof, man, it's really cold in here. Just like probably do another 10 minutes.
Okay, that sounds fine. 10 minutes and counting.
So get your questions in. Ooh. So you said, so if you had to pick any Barry Allen story that you think is the iconic Barry Allen story, what would it be?
Well, I'm going to date myself because my favorite Flash story is when the Flash of Two Worlds, Flash number 123, when he first meets Jay Garrick.
Oh, I love that cover.
And and establishes Earth 2. That always was, I thought, the coolest thing.
It's such a cool cover where they're both running towards the cover. And there's like a wall in between them or something,
and a girder's falling on the guy.
Ah, it's so good.
That is great.
That whole multiverse theory and everything, it was just so far ahead of its time.
Yeah, it was really cool.
You guys read Coyotes? I've never heard of Coyotes.
I have to admit, I've never heard of Coyotes either.
Can't read at all. We do a good job, though.
I know. Riley probably has. Riley reads everything ever that comes out the day it comes out and just sucks it up like a vacuum all day, every day. And I'm not exaggerating.
That's one thing I'll give him. He reads just about everything. He gives everything a fair shot.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I still need to read Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Rebirth?
Yeah, the Rebirth run. I really have to sit down and read that.
It's so good.
I'm taking your word. Reluctantly.
Okay, no, I don't know about Sean Lewis being the writer for Coyotes, but if it's good, I'll give it a shot when it comes out in trade.
What's the deal with the Ice Cream Man or the book that's coming out right now by Image?
Oh, yeah. What is that? Is that an anthology?
It's like it has an Ice Cream Man or something on the. I don't know. Ice Cream Image Comics. Ice Cream Man #1. Let's see. I wanted to read this. Yeah. Chocolate vanilla existential horror, drug addiction, musical fantasy. There's a flavor for everyone's misery. Ice Cream Man is a genre-defined comic book series featuring disparate Okay. This my reading shit. Disparate one-shot tales of sorrow, wonder, and redemption. Each installment features its own cast of strange characters dealing with their own special Sunday of suffering. And on the periphery of all of them, like the twinkling music of his colorful chalk, is the Ice Cream Man, a weaver of stories, a purveyor of sweet treats, friend, foe, god, demon, the man who, with the snap of his fingers, lickety split, can change the course of your life forever. This sounds really cool.
It sounds great.
I really want to read this now. There's three. There's 3 issues right now. Issue 4 comes out soon.
Who's putting that out?
That's Image.
Okay. They're saying that. Oh yeah. They're saying that Coyotes just got put out in trade this week, so that sounds good. I'll put that on my wish list. And I ordered Lazarus X plus 66 this week. More Lazarus. That's good. I want more Lazarus.
More Lazarus is always a good thing.
Yeah. Jess, you should catch up on Flash. You're totally right. I really love that show. I definitely need to. There's so much I need to catch up on, but baseball sucks up 3 hours of my life every night now. So it's going to be that way through October or September.
Oh, I'm looking at the cover for Coyotes. This looks badass.
What's the story?
Dude, this looks really badass. Underworld meets Sicario in this new series from Sean Lewis, Saints and the Few. An amazing new artist, Caitlin Yarsky. Hunted by a legion of wolves that roam the border, women are disappearing. The survivors band together to wage war. Detective Frank Coffey is trying to understand this mythic level bloodbath when he comes across Red, a little girl with a secret. You sold me on this. This looks really good. Ultra far as hell. Coyotes transform the everyday into a myth we can really. Okay, I'm reading this. This is the next thing I'm reading.
Awesome. Good job, Omnipool.
This looks really good. Jess, you have to look at the covers on this. Let me send you a link real quick.
Okay.
I can't believe I've never heard of this. Hold on, I'm going to send it to you in the group chat.
Ooh.
Right? That's a striking first issue cover.
A little girl with a secret and a sword. Oh, I am all over this.
This looks really good. I'm looking at some of the preview images. The art is good too.
That's awesome.
Is he the artist that did Nailbiter?
Let's see. I have Nailbiter right here. One of the books I still have to file.
He looks like he has a similar style.
It's by Henderson.
He looks like he has a similar style. No, it's not the same art.
It sounds like it said newcomer and it's a woman.
All right, I'm picking this up. That's a done deal. I'm definitely gonna read this, the first trade, this week. Any other? The Image puts out so much stuff, though. It's impossible to keep track of it all.
They really do have tremendous output, tremendous quality too.
I'm pretty sure there's like at least another 10 books that we've never even heard of that are really good.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Good job, chat. Thank you.
Yeah, I will definitely be picking that up, and I'll update you guys next week when I read this.
I am neither an O's nor a Nats fan. Somebody in the chat who knows my life better than I do will tell you who my favorite team is.
The Diamondbacks.
What? No. Don't start guessing. Let somebody that knows my life, like the chat seems to know my life, come up and tell me who my favorite team is. And no guessing.
It's the Yankees.
The Bad News Bears. They are my favorite team. I love that movie.
Bears.
Walter Matthau just cracking open a beer. The Rams is my favorite football team. Very good. The Frost Top Sluggers. Yeah, baby.
The Frost Tops.
Derek Neville and Dan Arsenault are correct. Very good.
All right, Jess. I'm gonna call this one for me.
Okay.
Been on for about an hour and a half. Jess, if we wanted to pick up, let's say, I'm assuming the first volume of Coyotes that came out.
Yes.
Where can I do that?
Well, it's going on my wish list as soon as we end this chat, and that would be on InStockTrades.com, where you can get your trades up to 50% off.
Ooh.
Over $50 in the United States gets you free shipping. This week until midnight on Friday, you get 4% off using the code OmniBrosLive. They have fabulous packaging and famous for their customer service. That's InStockTrades.com.
.com?
.com.
Just a heads up, you can pick up Coyotes Volume 1. I just looked it up for $5.79 on In Stock Trades. That's the first trade paperback, and that's before you use the OmniBrosLive discount. So that'll nab you an extra, that'll nab you 4% off with that as well. Right? That's how you say it?
Yeah.
Right. Just wanted to make sure. So a hell of a good deal. Check that out. I'm definitely going to be picking this one up. Jess, where can they find you?
They can find me, OmniDog, at OmniDog's Vault on YouTube and on Instagram, where I haven't posted in like 2 weeks, so I need to do that. Instagram is my place where I go to not post. OmniDogs_Vault on Instagram.
And you can find me at Comics Guide 101 on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and all that stuff. So
excellent. Good job, chat. You guys were great. You turned us on to a new book, so that's really exciting, and it sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So everybody, wishing you all a good night. Take care, and we'll see you sometime this week.
Thank you so much for participating. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Bye, everybody.